And I'm with investor author Jim Rogers. He's here at Freedom Fest. Jim, thanks for being with us.
I am delighted to see you a real person.
Yes, I actually exist.
Not just a Skype.
Absolutely. So Jim, I know you're holding your book. You're the author of Street Smarts. What have you come to tell investors here at the show?
Well, we're here talking about a lot of things. We're talking about the Fed. We're talking about where to invest. We're talking about what's happening in the world. It's a very diverse show. I've never been.
Right. So speaking about the Fed, we know Bernanke spoke on Wednesday, and it was the phrase heard around the world that, yes, accommodative policy will continue and has to continue. What do you think of when markets react to when the Fed speaks, Jim?
Well, I don't pay much attention to the Fed. I know you have to, Daniela, because you got to report about it and you got to talk about it. But, I mean, the man only knows one thing, and that's to print money. That's what he's doing. It's what he said a month or two ago, and I'm surprised people didn't hear it. He said, and if things don't get better, we'll continue to print money. That's all he knows. It's the wrong thing to do, but he's not a very smart guy. That's why he works for the government.
But what do you think of people's reactions to the Fed? Do you think that they should ignore what comes out of it then?
Well, short-term traders don't have any choice. They have to pay attention to the trader, to the Fed. You're a reporter, you have to pay attention to the Fed.
So obviously it had an impact on gold. Jim, I know we've had you on in the past, and I know you had foreseen the corrections that happened to gold, and you've said that gold will hit a complicated bottom. When you say complicated, what do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean is that gold is probably going to continue to fluctuate here, rallies, of course, for another year or two, and then make its final bottom. Now, Daniela, I'm the world's worst trader. I'm the world's worst market timer, so you should not be wasting your time asking me about gold. Yes, I got it right. It went to 1,200. I bought a little bit more at 1,200 in case, but I don't think we've made the final bottom. The anomaly with gold is gold went up 12 years in a row. That's I don't know anything. So I would suspect that the bottom, wherever it is and whenever it is, will be unusual too. You know, it will take a year or two to make a bottom, just because it took so long to make the top.
Jim, you filled out the room before, so I'm pretty sure you do know a thing or two. And I know in the past you've said that you could see gold hitting 900. Do you still stick to that?
Well, what I said was that if gold goes down 50%, that would be between 900 and 1,000. So I didn't specifically mean 900, but yeah, it could go to 900. But as part of that bottom process that I'm talking about. You know, Daniela, 50% correction is not unusual in markets. To repeat, what is unusual about gold is it went up 12 years in a row. That's very strange.
So what helped gold go up for those 12 years, Jim? And maybe the more important question is what's driving it down now?
Well, what helped make it go up was the 20-year bear market. You know, gold made its peak in 1980, collapsed, and then bottomed along until 1999 or 2000 before it started going up again. That's one reason it was so strong. And of course, we had all these absurd policies going around the world, money printing, deficit spending, wars, etc. So that's all of those things came together. And what's making it go down now is India, because the Indians, who are the largest buyers of gold in the world, have been doing their best to try to get Indians to stop buying gold. They would like to eliminate gold if they can, Indian politicians. I don't think they'll be able to do that, but they're doing an awful lot of stuff, and they want to do more. The French are doing things to make it difficult, the Germans, so a lot of people are picking on gold.
That was my next question. Why are they picking on gold? Why make it harder to buy gold?
Well, in India's case, they have a huge balance of trade deficit. The two largest factors are oil and gold. They can't do anything about oil, so they got to pick on gold. And it is a massive number in India. There's no question about that. That's why gold has been and is going down, because these Indian and other politicians. Now, the French, you know, they've got this socialist prime minister who's doing everything he can to soak out as much money from the poor taxpayers as he possibly can. Gold is an easy thing to attack. And likewise in Germany, the same thing. They all want to get as much money from you and me as they can.
All right, Jim, and finally, I know you've been vocal on this topic in the past. A lot of people are saying with the current gold prices, we might see mining companies shut down. We've obviously seen the issues that Barrick and others are having right now. What do you think about the mining situation?
Well, eventually, yes, if the price of anything stays below the cost of production, of course you have people go out of business. They're not nuts. They don't sit there and just continue to lose money. But especially mines. Mines can work below the cost of production for some time because it's expensive to close a mine. It's very expensive to reopen a mine, so many people continue to produce even though it's below the cost of production. Danielle, I've been around investing for many decades, in fact. Often you'll have people stay in business and produce below the cost of production, whether it's wheat or copper or oil, whatever it happens to be.
All right, Jim, before I let you go, if we look at the other metals quickly, silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium, are there any of those that you're liking right now that you're bullish on?
No, I mean, I bought some silver when I bought some gold, but no, I mean, I'm not buying any of them right now. I'm just watching because I expected this bottoming process to continue for some time. And eventually, I'll start buying again, and I'm sure I'll get the timing wrong. I usually do. But I'm not selling my gold by any stretch of the imagination.
Jim, thanks so much. I urge everyone to get the latest copy of your book.
So do I.
And thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Daniel.
And thanks for watching our coverage from Freedom Fest. We'll have more for you on Kitco.com. In the meantime, you can email us at newsfeedback@kitco.com or follow this conversation on Twitter @Daniela Camboni. Thanks for watching.